Hello everyone. We'll just formally begin the event and a very good afternoon. Respected Professor Harpreet Kaur, Patron and Principal, Mata Sundari College, University of Delhi. Respected Ms. Neliswa Nakani, our Chief Guest for the event. Respected Ms. Fatima Zohra Zamom, our Guest of Honor for the event, and our other distinguished members of the faculties and administration. My colleagues from Forum for Democracy, and our dear student participants. I welcome you all to the closing ceremony of the short-term certificate course on gender studies, jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Department of Political Science, Mata Sundari College, in collaboration with Forum for Democracy. It gives me a deep sense of satisfaction and gratitude to be speaking to all of you at the closing ceremony and to inform you about the successful completion of the course that commenced on 1st November. As we come to an end of this nuanced as well as holistic journey, I wish to take a moment to rewind how, after much deliberation, discussion, debate, and with the help of ever supporting faculty members of Mata Sundari College, especially Dr. Lokesh Gupta, Ms. Neetu Sharma, and Dr. Moitri Dey, we as a team could curate this course that has not only been distinctive, but certainly was able to provide a deeper sense of critical analysis on gender issue to students. We got so many comments and feedbacks from our aware and evolved batch of students who could not only understand the seriousness and imperativeness of the subject, but also pushed us, the organizers, as well as the resource persons, to analyze, think out of the box, and to be more inclusive in our approach. So the students are the real stars of this program. And it has been our great honor to collaborate with the respected academicians, lawyers, police officers, government representatives, NGOs, civil society representatives, doctors, professionals, and visionaries like Fatima ma'am and Neliswa ma'am, who have not only been kind enough to take out time from their extremely busy schedules, but rather they have been selfless and considerate in helping us with pragmatic ideas and support us with their teachings. So this is a truly a moment of contentment for Forum for Democracy, because as an organization, we have embarked upon the journey of helping communities empower themselves long ago. And similarly, this course has been a very fulfilling landmark towards realizing the goal on gender justice. It feels we have traveled a full circle because we see girls and women in community where Forum for Democracy works, not only manufacturing masks and supplying them to places, or not only taking care of their own menstrual health and hygiene, but operating as community warriors in implementing MHM, it fills us with deep sense of pride. Similarly, during this course, we witnessed the students who are the torch bearers of future, not only engaging in an unambiguous discussion about gender, but rather coming forth and questioning and debating with people on facts and lived realities. It made us happier than ever. With this message, I extend heartiest thanks to everyone who stand together for the cause of gender and made this event a grand success. We wish all the participating students the very best and hope they achieve the desired goals expected from this course. Forum for Democracy plans to curate and implement more such courses in future. And on this note, and without any further delay, I wish to take this opportunity to invite three of the eminent personalities who are here present for our keynote address. So first, I would like to briefly introduce ma'am, though she needs no introduction, Professor Harpreet Kaur, a dedicated academician and head of institution Mata Sundari College, which is named after the great Guru Mahal Mata Sundari, who has tirelessly fought for representation and inclusion of women in society. Ma'am has always lived to the name of the institution and has been a proponent of right representation and inclusion. With over 3 decades of commitment to academics, ma'am has to her name close to hundreds of publications and disseminated knowledge in the country and world. She has been an active leader and head of many literary forums that has worked for the cause of equality and justice. And we are truly, truly honored to work under the precious guidance of Ma'am Harpreet Kaur. And now I cordially invite Ma'am to address the participants with her inspiring words. So over to you, Ma'am.
Thank you, Shachi. On this concluding ceremony, I really welcome our guest, international guest, Neliswa Nekeni. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly, and also Fatima Zohra, and also my all colleagues who have been a part of it. whether it is Neetu or others, the entire team, and also Forum for Democracy, and we all have clubbed together, and we have created this kind of a course for the students. And basically, the objective was that we wanted to acquaint the students with actually what is the problem, uh, what is peculiar about women issues and gender and patriarchy is that it is across all the countries. We have guests from other countries also, and their experience is also somewhat similar to what we are having in India or in South Asian countries. So why it is so, and when it happened, at what point of history this kind of a thing took a turn, because we know earlier the matriarchal societies were there, and these matriarchal societies had the head of the family as a mother, and everything revolved around that. Today also in many of the tribal areas we see this kind of a phenomena, but when this division of labor started and women were supposed to sit down at home or do the domestic chores, I suppose at this point of history, gradually this thing perpetuated, and there was a taboo against the women going out also, and more so with the education and other things, where the modernity is set in. So these kind of problems have been there all over the world. And in most of the countries, even if you see the developed countries, or so-called mothers of democracy, or where democracy came so early, there also women have struggled for their rights. So they have not got the rights lying down. It is that we had to struggle quite a bit, and gradually we are getting the right. But more question is not only the rights, but how those are being implemented, how what is our position in society. So those things are still answered, and those things are still not being in limelight. And this whole series we have planned in a manner that our students understand that what is patriarchy, what is the basic problem of women, why women across the world face certain issues which is not so specific to to men, and how we can eliminate those, how we can just erase them from the society so that the society is more equal. And for that, it has been really interesting journey, and Dr. Shruti Bharti has started this program, and in the initially we have chosen such topics along with also Rosalie and Neetu and also Moitri, and the team, and they have taken up such topics that most of the facets of problems which are there are understandable to our young women, and they, until and unless you are aware of the problem, aware of what is happening, these things, gender justice would not be there. Gender justice will come only when we are empowered as stakeholders, and we raise our voice when something is going wrong, or be proactive and try to have certain planning, so that our younger generations are more, they know about the nuances of gender studies, they are more, feel more equal, that equality, justice, or is there.
कील फिर से निकल गई कील
uh, and then we also had Anjali Chahal. Then she also talked about the strategic evaluation method and new perspective which would be included in this whole course. And and then we Dr. Garima Tiwari. She was ACP chief guest. She was a chief guest in ACP, and I also heard her a session, and very in a explain that what are the problems, and especially the marital problems which are there. She discussed at length, And one new perspective, which I also supposed I did not look from that angle, is that how digital violence is coming up in the society. That we talked about physical violence, we talk about mental violence, psychological impact of violence, and all this. But this how through digital means, kind of a violence is penetrating through this marital discords, and how things are really putting a pressure on women. So a new angle, a totally new angle was also introduced, I suppose, and that is because because digital medium is so popularly used by the youth. And Dr. Lokesh also has put in his input, and IQAC, as IQAC, he also has organized and channelized this course in a very, very vibrant manner. Then Neetu has been there in all the I think sessions, and she has been conducting it and organizing it so well. So I really thank all my faculty also, and also Forum for the Democracy, because many new facets were actually brought about and they were discussed at length, and student actually now can understand that if we are not getting rights, let us see from the human rights angle. So human rights framework is important, and it's not something specific to women, of course it is, but a little bit. But main thing is that as human beings we are entitled to certain rights, and those rights of equality, justice, and all those should be there. However much we say, it might not be there in practice. But and gender discrimination playing a vital role in society. But we have to break away from these shackles and bring about a society which is more equal. And also the contemporary gender debates and all those things were discussed, how we are changing, how the debates are going on, and how many problems like suffrage, that of problem of suffrage and other things, and the political, and in the political arena where the women stand. Because if we see all through the world, I think it is mere women that who hold the prime positions. And those also very, very I think the statistics say that at this point, at the COVID time, the women who were the prime ministers or presidents of their country, there the COVID tackling was much simpler, and they could control the disease. So this shows that how much you have a kind of a approach which is so caring. And so that is why we should understand that whenever women will take up a particular issue, she will take up very passionately, and she can do anything, leading the society, leading the polity, also take up any type of profession which were earlier there in male domain. So anything we can do, provided we have a willingness to do it. And although this is a fact also, that there are so many other women who are actually not there in the political scenario. Very few women come forward, and there also I think in India we have a kind of a sort of reservation at particular levels, and then the women come out. And otherwise not many women come out, and but so we have to change in this mindset. And those countries who have actually created this kind of equality in the profession, maybe it is USSR, where women came out and worked in the machines, in the machines also. And even China, for that matter, women are there in the as a part of the workforce. Those countries have manpower or the workforce which is actually quite qualitative also. And that is why in some countries, when this is a kind of a scenario, that girls are told to sit down at home, and especially after marriage, that you are not supposed to do any work professionally, and you do only the household chores. So this kind of a thing would actually invite those mediocre men who will take up the entire scenario in the employment scenario. So that is why those girls who are bright, who are dedicated, should come forward and be a part of the professional space as well, so that the country can progress. So entirely, I see it from this angle, that it is not only that women who, if we are part of the workforce, it is not only women who are actually benefited, because of course you will have this financial independence, and you will also have a kind of a dignity in society. You can also take independent decisions in family also. You will get a better position, but at the same time, your society or your country is going to progress also because of your inputs. So I really want to tell my students that come forward, balance your work life and your home activities, and so come forward. And that is, I think, most important thing as far as the present scenario is concerned. And that will solve many problems. Of course, the financial problem would be solved, but also the that kind of a dignity problem issues which are coming up, those also will be gradually solved. And for that, education is a must. So all things are related to each other, and we must understand that in identity, equality, gender justice are all part and parcel, and equity, inclusion. So all these are all kind of a thing which we can take together. I mean, we cannot say that these can be segregated, but my question of identity and equality and gender justice somewhere combine, and this will end the gender disparities in the society. So many new things also, like I think we also had sessions on legal aspect, and legal aspects might be different in different countries, but we should know about them in case our rights are being violated somewhere. We should be able to question them. We should have that strength and courage. No, this is going wrong in my life, and this is what I don't want, and this should be questioned. Whether it is a question of dowry, because dowry, despite all rules and regulations, that menace of dowry is still there, and even the elite family is going for it. So and then later on there can be certain problems also. So all these, we have to see that these things should not be there in society, and we can be as a change agent and question that this is totally wrong and this should not be there. But we are not changing ourselves. And also that those women rights which have entirely changed now in those rights or those laws which have changed in India, those laws, you should know about those laws, so that you understand and you can question all what is going wrong. So there are many various issues you have heard quite a lot, and there are speakers also to who will tell you many more things. But what I want to basically emphasize is that you have confidence in yourself, and whatever you are doing, be confident and come forward. If you have any kind of a problem, just don't take things quietly. अगर कुछ गलत हो रहा है तो उस पे सवाल उठाइए. So question when something is going wrong against you, whether it is in your family or in society, in your professional space, because because this is what is going to change the entire society and the mindset of the society. And of course, get education to your best. Use this medium to empower yourself. And this is what I want to say. And this course, I know, will actually help you in understanding the what all scenario is there in the society. And it is, I think, a kind of a awakening, I think, for you, I suppose, because you must have not heard so many things about women issues at length. And because you are at an impressionable age, and students have not heard so much about the women problems in society. And I really, god forbid, you should not face also any type of problem. But in case there is some problem with you, then be confident and take a decision, and raise your voice against injustice. And that is my maxim, or that is my mantra to you, that you should always question where things are going wrong. So with all the best to all the students, once again, I really thank the speakers for joining, and all my entire team, the IQAC Political Science and also Forum for Democracy. and most importantly, the students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your words of motivation and wisdom. And that would guide us towards the goal of gender justice and will remain with the students for throughout their life. Thank you so much for being such an inspiration. So, dear esteemed participants, our chief guest for today, Ms. Neliswa Nakani, Head South African Tourism, has left the most inspiring mark in our minds with a glimpse of her exemplary journey of her life, work, and ideas we got to know in the session on 8th November when we spoke to us. A true believer of the philosophy of Ubuntu, ma'am has been truly exceptional person who yearns to bring inclusivity wherever she goes with grit and commitment. We are really thankful to ma'am to give us the learning of having the perspective and ability to be non-judgmental and see things from a departure point. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am, for being the part of this ceremony that makes it truly special. And thank you for kindly agreeing to be our chief guest. So over to you, ma'am. Please address us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Doctor, and thank you to the members of the academia that are on here. Professor Kao, you spoke so eloquently and you spoke like a mother. And when I always say to people, and we talk of point of departure, depart from the heart. Make sure that when you engage people, and you've done it so well. So I feel like I am in your space and I've known you. I feel like you're the mother of all of us. Dr. Fatima, thank you. Professor Fatima, thank you. And to the students. And firstly, as I sit in South Africa, I yearn for the belonging at this moment in India, such an auspicious occasion when we talk about Diwali, and may the light shine upon us all as women and continue to shine even in our darkest thought, because all we can aspire to look forward to is that light that we seek. And that light, we must make sure that we're the people that trigger that light in all that we do. And again, thank you very much. I'm just going to give just my little simple words, and because I always say the heart never fails you, the truth never changes. You can't modify it. So for me, as an African woman, and I call myself an Indo-African woman because India is my home away from home. I think on the issue of, on the matters that we talk about regarding, when we talk about inclusivity, we need to get to a point where I think we, as the custodians of inclusivity, move away from being goal-focused, and we move into a place where we start living the inclusivity that we are seeking. We need to realize that goals and objectives are things that we work towards. But once we start stepping into ownership of inclusivity, we're in the ownership mode, and that's very important for where I'm coming from. And we need to start unpacking what it is we define inclusivity as women, because we come from different backgrounds. And once we start assimilating what are the pros of inclusivity, what are the commonalities of inclusivity, it makes it easier, because there's so much more good when we know what is better and what is the betterment for us is, versus that I find that we spend quite a bit of time in society in general focusing on the cons, and they alarm us and they outweigh us and they instill a fear that we forget to live for the good of inclusivity, of the good of goodness. So for me, it's very important that we start living in an inclusive world and start taking part, or taking into consideration to say, what is it that we've already been included in? And do we celebrate it enough? Because sometimes I think we don't stop to pause where we are at and what do we have. The next one that I really urge the young students, and I'm saying young because your mind is so much fresher and you've got so much, your views are untainted. You know, you are bombarded with questions and you constantly question. Some of us, we get to 50 plus and you say, you know what, you can't change a leopard spot, but you have to continuously question. Do not surrender to fear Because if somebody says you are controversial, you think I'm not going to fit in. The fit in syndrome is not going to win this war on inclusivity. The fit in syndrome is not going to get you far. It will get you to a point where you say, I'm accepted. It is okay to be accepted, but is it good? Doesn't really matter to me to be accepted. And then the most important one that I also strive to you as youngsters is to say, before we start changing the world, and we look at the borders and we look at the West, the third world, the developing countries, what are we doing in our immediate surrounding? Am I the best woman that can be when I deal with my brother, my father? How do I impact my son, my neighbor? Because it's so much easier to cast the rod across the border and start asking ourselves is, what is America doing on women inclusivity? What is Russia doing? What is Africa doing? The question should be, what am I doing in the space that I have comfort, in the space that I own, in the space that I feel so much more comfortable, in the space where I am a voice of reason, in the space where the young ones behind me look up to me? Because if I negate my responsibility to change that space, I cannot step across the border, let alone to look across the border with the intention to change anything. Change begins within our mind, our soul, our hearts, and in our space. And we must be radical, but radical in a way that is non-violent, but radical in our thinking, in our actions, and in the way we engage each other. I said the other day, when we talk about gender violence, in the space of males, the violence we will get is either emotional or mental. The emotional or physical one is one where somebody beats you, scars you, and it heals. But when we as women scar each other, the wrath is so deep and so severe, it can undress a soul for days to come. And therefore, when we engage as women, let us make sure that we understand, where is the person that I'm engaging from? Where is she standing in the ladder of life? Am I on top addressing her down? Or am I dressing her up, or am I lifting her? We owe it to ourselves as women to start speaking to each other the way we want the opposite gender to speak to us. Failure to do that, we are own prisoners. We are just voices in a hollow bottle. And the last one for me is to say that we must never accept mediocrity. Never, ever accept mediocrity. Never compromise on truth. Never compromise on goodness. If you are driven by good, if you give to life goodness, life will give to you. If you take from life, life will take from you. And the last one is to say, let us be that little switch that continuously brings light in our darkest moment. Because we've just come from an economic crash, we've come from pandemics, but I know that the Indian woman, as the African woman, is a resilient woman. It is a strong woman, a woman of character, a woman that is able to amplify, a woman who is able to take 5 rupees and make it 15 rupees, a woman who is saying, we are who we are. Your child is my child. My bread is your bread. So with that, I would like to leave you youngsters, young women of tomorrow, because I know that sitting where you are, one day you're going to be touching the African soil, and you've got to touch it with rights, and you've got to be able to say, I am an Indian, I am a woman, I am a good woman, I am a woman of worth, because if you don't own your space, we have nothing to show for the time that we've been in this lifetime. May you be blessed, may you be favored, may the Almighty continue to shine light upon you, even when you think, God, where am I? Know that you're a woman of worth. And thank you to the institution, and continue to study. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Professor. May you all continue to be favored and be sustained in what you do. Teachers, professors, we take it for granted what you go through. We see academia, but we know that you've got souls and you have got hearts. I bless and I thank you for this opportunity. I am humbled. I am humbled as a child of an African soil that I'm sitting amongst the greats. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Neliswa ma'am. Thank you so much from our side. And words could not be enough to express the respect, regard, and admiration we have for you. Your teachings shall always remain with us, with our students, with the faculty members, with all of us. And we definitely look forward to your continuous support and your guidance in future. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Stay blessed. Thank you so much.
Thanks, ma'am. So today we are again extremely fortunate to have with us one of the most exemplary women and truly a people's person, a global inspiration, Ms. Fatima Zohra Zamom. Ms. Fatima Zohra Zamom, our guest of honor, is one person who wears so many multiple hats and excels in everything. A scriptwriter, director, producer, and an educator. She was born in north of Algeria. After attending the fine arts school there, she went to Paris, where she graduated in art history and cinematography. And she lives from Algeria and Paris, both the places. Zahar, I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Ma'am, you can correct it later. Is Fatima ma'am's first feature film depicting scenes of violence in Algeria experienced in 1990s. She has directed several feature films and has also authored several books. She has made many documentaries, historical documentary drama, and also many other feature films, which have depicted the state of violence, relationships, gender, and many other social issues. A successful and committed educator, she has curated many exhibitions and also reached out to student communities for inspiring knowledge and awareness. She's working on socially relevant projects. And among them, it is an honor to mention 2 films in post-production. The first one, Body Plus Art, a documentary on artists in the 60s and 70s. And the second one, Parkour, Aka Reset, a feature narrative film. We are truly honored to have you, ma'am, with us and totally look forward for your interaction with students. So before we start the session with Fatima Zohra Zamom, ma'am, let's have a glimpse of her outstanding work. So technical team, may please briefly play the trailer of Parkours. Can we have the volume?
Yes.
اغري هايله قبل ما تكمل ليسونس بابا صاب لها عريس تهناك.
ويا بدات تكبر ولازمني وحده كيما انت. واحد تخدمي معايا.
غلق فمك. 25 سنه ما على بالكش بيا واليوم شبعتني هضره.
سقيتو نهار برك خسرني كامل حياتي.
في هذه عندي الحق بس في غير قلت لك بس كنحبك.
جيتي من عند الناس اللي قاعد صغر قالوا هبل عرفت شكون كليم صاحب المخلوقات جبر ماك شكون تتفري صاح يظن الايفون بسم وين انت.
That was extremely intriguing and totally leaves us questioning the stereotype existing with respect to gender globally. So without any further delay, let me please invite Fatima ma'am to come and address our students. They've been really waiting for you to speak. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for the invitation. It's an honor for me to be with you. I was pleased to hear Mrs. Kaur and Mrs. Ntani, which is not there anymore, to hear them, Nkani from South Africa. I'm very glad to participate to this. And even if we are in this very bad situation, which is a pandemic situation, it's an honor to contribute to be a part of this course online. And I'm glad to say few things to the students. I have took a few notes. As you have mentioned, Dr. Shushi, I'm born in Algeria, which is North Africa, and I'm educated in both cultures, in France and in Algeria. So by my cultural and my my knowledge of these two countries. One is in Europe and the other one is in Africa. I have lived as a person many situations when you can feel as minority. So as women in professionally, or as a culture, or as anyway, you can feel at the moment or another to be a minority somewhere. So this is something you have to understand as women, as maybe from a different class of the society. And this is what is all about. You have heard, the students have heard a lot of things this week about all this gender problem and inclusion, which is a problem of categories. From I believe that we still live in the categories of the 19th century, really, as minds. We what the 19th century has built for us as knowledge about races, about cultures, about their hierarchy, about women and men, and etc. We still live in this world. So this word means that you can be in a wrong place at the wrong moment, or you can be in expecting yourself to do something which is not designed to you, or some things like that. So this is my belief. So, but things are changing, and hopefully this kind of meeting and courses are about to increase consciousness. So this is very interesting. But from my point of view, when I started thinking about doing films and being in art, I started first to, I studied a lot. I have had a lot of courses and scholarship. So I started try to understand the storytelling, because storytelling is what the world is about. So there is some gender storytelling, some political storytelling, some cultural storytelling, and all this, and the world is ruled by this kind of storytelling. So you have to understand when you start writing movies or writing novels, that you will deal with stereotypes, with the archetypes, with the beliefs of the people and their way of understanding the world and how it is designed. But this is in all over the world, so it's not particular to a place. But with this, in some places you can add religion, and you can add patriarchal structures and things like that. So all that you have to understand it to deal with it as an artist, because you have to be conscious of the fact that you will collaborate with, or you will deconstruct. So these two positions are a choice. Maybe it's very easy to say that you can choose, but because sometimes life don't give you choices, or you can feel that you have no choices in life. Sometimes you have to go with the flow, or go with success and things like that. So this is, but you have to be aware of that, because storytelling in movies collaborate or no to the beliefs that are, and the archetypes and all the stereotypes that are in action in the society. In many societies, you can find the same archetypes, and in few societies, you can find other specific archetypes. So this is how it is I had to understand that before going into my work. And this is interesting because lately in October I have screened my my first movies are in Paris, where I am now because we are stuck in a place since COVID and things like that. So, and they were questioning things that I have done very in 2009 about rape, about violence between people, about the fact that violence is something which is like a pandemic. It can impact people without, and they can go in violence without knowing how they are in, because it's like a pandemic. So, and they were questioning all this, even if it's a very, my first movie, and this has comforted me in the fact that you never do something which is deconstructing and which is analyzing that will stay without feedback. It's not a rewarding job to deconstruct, because you will hurt a lot of beliefs. You will hurt a lot of beliefs. You will shock people, and you won't go with them in their imaginary. You won't go with them in something which is comfortable for them. So when you have to choose stories, when you choose to have a first character which is a female character, you will adopt a position which is that you will have a lack of men identifying or being compassionate with the female character. So this is a choice. So you have to address that. As female, we all are have the habit to be connected with the lead character in a movie, whatever is his gender or his situation. He needs only to be to have values, or to confront something, to live a problem which is a problem that we can all be related to. But this gymnastic, which is usual for women, is not usual for men. So men can feel the distance if we propose them to follow a leading character which is a female, for example. So these are very general ideas. I can answer questions if needed, but this is what I wanted to focus on. And I think that we have, when starting doing this kind of job, storytelling, rather it is in novels or in cinema or whatever, you have to be conscious on the field you are playing in, which is a men's world, where there are very automatic relationships, old stereotypes, and on social hierarchy and on gender. The stories will obey to the same stereotypes that are in the imagination of the people. And if you want success, you will go with the flow. I mean, you will follow the stereotypes and not try to turn their neck. But this can be a choice if you are aware of, and this can be, and you can feel that you have no choice. This is how you have to do in your work to to meet success and to meet rewards. So this is a choice, but I still think that you have always the choice to break the neck to some stereotypes, even if it's not the biggest one. You can have this kind of attitude in your work or in your life, doing things that people don't expect you to do is something which is important, because you don't obey to the social position or to the gender position that is that you are placed in forever, because this is how society works, and this is how society is built. And so you have always, and I'm addressing now the students, you have always to ask yourself, what will you gain from doing choice? Whatever is the cost or the price. You can have freedom, you can feel rewarded, you can feel accomplished, and this is priceless. But paying the price of choices is something which is not easy. Depends on the forces you have, but depends also on the beliefs you have. We have only, sorry, I was about to say we have only one life. No, with people believing into reincarnation, you have a lot, but we can use this life to be better person, and to spread around us better some changes. This is, I'm talking about the archetypes that are existing in society. You know a lot of them. I mean, I'm not here to bring some social problems that you have probably discussed, but for example, when a woman is raped, you all know, and this is in all societies, some the family and the friends and even the policemen can ask themselves if have the lady done something wrong? Was she dressed in an inappropriate way? Was she in the wrong area at that time? And they will start asking the believe in her after having these old questions first. So this means that that it's not that easy to break the stereotypes that are here, that are existing, and with which we live all. But we have to be aware of them and to do smart choices. For example, I have chosen to show you the trailer of my last film, which is Parkour, where you have three female characters, which will meet during a day. One of them is a lady which is having a child without marriage. Another one is a singer which is who is married to a youngest man than her, and who is married with her because of her money or because of greed. And the other third character was a female character who was about to marry that day, and but it was an arranged wedding. So she haven't choose, but she was just accepting the situation as it was, because it was a kind of helpless situation. And then they will all meet, and they will all have, and the story will finish. I won't tell you how it it will be. I didn't know if it was relevant to share the film itself with the student, but I haven't thought about it. So when I have wrote this story, I was challenging the foundings. I was telling to myself, how far can the foundings go with me on this kind of story? It was challenging the foundings in France, in Algeria, in Arab countries, and it was like I expected it. It was just a poor financed kind of movie, because all the three characters, the three female characters, were sounding as like negative from the understanding of the founders. But we have done the movie without foundings, and it was very hard. But I have felt like a privileged person to have such a chance, or such an opportunity, to do a film and to be free to design it as I wanted. So this is my final message. I won't be more long. You have the choice between seeing the glass half empty or half full. So this is a position in life. In all situations, you have to see what is the opportunity, or what is the knowledge that you have to have from a situation. So this is a French tell. Huh? You have the choice between seeing half full or half empty. So this is up to you. But when you see it more full than empty, you will have a lot of possibilities to enjoy the moment and to enjoy what is happening to you in life. But keep going on, and be very conscious of the fact that we live in societies with a lot of stereotypes and archetypes regarding female and regarding their ability. It's not an empowering world, and it's not an equal world, but we all can change it by small things. So this is what I have to say.
Thank you so much, Fatma ma'am, for such a relevant message that you have a choice to whether you want to see the glass full, half, or half empty, or half full. And with this, we take away the message of smashing the stereotype. There's one life, and it's your choice how you lead it. And with this, I open the forum for question and answer. We will be taking some question and answer from students. So anybody who is interested in interacting with Ms. Fatma Zohra Zamoom can raise hand. We have one question from Anjali. Anjali, can you ask your question, please?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Fatma, ma'am. So my question is, like you mentioned about living with categories, sometimes filmmaking also reinforces the stereotypes, and the audience likes to watch such films. What is the balance one must maintain as an artist to question the stereotypes or categories that we live with without offending the audience? Thank you.
You have several choices. You have several choices, or it's a journey in your life. So you have to start slowly. For example, I have, from the beginning of my films, added in each film a kiss between a man and a woman, because I considered it as something which is there from Charlie Chaplin till today. So this is a kind of granted kind of thing. So I know that when it comes to Algerian television or small other countries, they just cut it, but it's there. It's there, and even if I know that the people can be shocked about this this happening when they are seeing the movie in like a family, but I make it always in a way that it's questioning rather than being something aggressive and just pure sensuality thrown in the on the screen, because you don't have to shock people. You have to make them question themselves. So you have to find the way to do that. It's not that easy. Maybe you can be wrong sometimes, and maybe you can be right other times. But this is the way I'm doing it. So, but depending on the societies, sometimes they feel like a scene of violence is more shocking than a kiss, and it should be like that. It should be seeing people, poor people or people suffering, is more shocking than seeing a kiss on the screen. Seeing it in real life is more shocking than seeing it on the screen. So we have a kind of responsibility as doers, as filmmakers, to make the difference between real life and what is fantasy. I mean, stories, and I don't feel like doing a story for nothing, for no aim, for no message, even if I have to hide it, because it's not about this. Parkour is about parkour. It's about free running. So, and there's a rap singer inside, and we have a lot of entertainment inside the film as well. But as a conscious person and having a very small life to do small films and not that many, I have to make sure that in each film there is something that can be a message, even if it's hidden. I mean, it's not giving lessons to people, huh? I don't know if I have answered, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you have answered the questions definitely, and she's definitely happy with it. So we have another question from Rehmat. Rehmat, can you please unmute yourself, show us your face, and ask the question quickly? Rehmat, can you see us? Okay, meanwhile, yeah.
Very good evening, Fatima ma'am. Actually, I'm Rahmat Zabi from Political Science Honors second year. Ma'am, Corey, as you said, we always give a message from movies and episodes. So actually, what happened whenever everybody look at the movie, so they see always as an entertainment, not as a motivation, as a message. They think, yeah, it's just for fun, and look and just ignore it. So what do you want to say about this?
Of course, entertainment is there. I mean, and people, you have several ways to do that. You can be in a Bollywood, in a masala Bollywood kind of movie, but if you have a small message inside with a small character which is doing something which is not which he is not supposed to do, it's enough. I mean, you don't come with a teaching blouse and say to people, I will let you know what is this and this and this. That you don't have to use, because movies are using money, and they are touching a lot of people. They are consuming. People are consuming their images, their musics and etc. So you have a responsibility not to spend all that time and money and techniques, etc., without bringing a small thing, even if the smallest you can, it's enough.
Thank you, ma'am. And I have another question. As we look the movie, so there's always something negative and positive, and we say a hero and a villain. What happens sometimes? We show that it's a hero, it's a positive point, but person always take the negative point as serious, but not the positive one as much as they should take.
Light needs light needs the how we call it, day and night. You need both to understand the importance of this and that. Of course, when in cinema you when you identify to the villain, means that in your life you can do whatever you want. It's like looking to a boxing match. You are supporting one, but you know that you will never box in your life. It's you support the villain perhaps sometimes, but this is a choice of the director, huh? If in a movie the villain appears as a better character or more interesting than the leading character, the good one, this means that the director has designed it like that. But in another way, you can relate to a villain, and while seeing the movie, but you are not a villain in real life.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for your answer.
Thank you so much, Rehmat. And we'll just take one last question from Akriti. Akriti, would you want to ask it?
Hello.
Yes, Akriti, we can hear you. You can ask
Yeah.
your.
Good evening, ma'am. So my question is, I feel that personally, on a very personal level, that movies showcases, it's kind of a replica of a society. It showcases what the society is being. It is not at a very vacuum level. So I feel that literature and art are both a source of influence and inspiration for us. But at a larger level, how we can help through art and literature in community and peace building. If you can throw some light to it, it will be really helpful.
Okay, thank you. I think that some movies are made in vacuity. There is nothing inside movies. There is one story in Bollywood that says a guy with a lot of money meets a director, and they are having lunch, and they are saying, "Oh, we will do this film. Which character, which actor we will choose? Shah Rukh Khan. Yes." Bankable. We will bring a lady that look nice and will inspire the audiences. Maybe I don't know who I have no name right now, and they will choose the music, and that's it. And at the end, they will say, "Yeah, we will release the movie in 6 months." And it will be showing in all theaters, PVR, or I don't know what. And at the end, when they have made the deal, they will ask themselves, what about the screenplay? We don't have a screenplay. So this is when commercial level meets. They don't care about the story. They don't care about the story. They don't care about the aim. They care about the money they will put in and the money they will get from the release of the movie. So we don't think we are not talking about the same kind of cinema. I'm not talking about the masala kind or the action kind of American movies, or some movies that are built only to make money with very targeted audiences, and that's it. We are talking about movies that are less commercial, but with people that are having a kind of consciousness, or being a little bit active on ideas, and this you can find in all countries. But I don't know how to. This is the other side of your question. I don't know how to help it grow or change the world. Maybe universities can collaborate to that, and make it part of their scholarship, for example. I don't know.
Thank you so much, Fatima ma'am, for such an inspiring session, and with your immense knowledge, you let the students know about the particularly gender and media perspective, and thank you so much for enlightening them. And we are totally blessed with your deep knowledge and love for nurturing younger generation. May more of our students grow up to be inspiring and powerful women like you, Harpreet ma'am and Neliswa ma'am. On this note, I would move forward with the session and cordially invite coordinator from Mata Sundari College, Delhi University, Assistant Professor Dr. Moitri Day, to give an overview of the course and present us with her remark.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suchi. And I'm really honored and privileged to be part of this course. And I would, first of all, I would like to thank both the chief guest, our guest of honor, and our principal ma'am for gracing this occasion and making this function a successful one. And also, when I started planning for this course, I never thought that I would see so much of energy amongst our students. The course would not have been possible with the same level of energy we see in our principal madam, because without her leadership, without her inspiration and guidance, we could not have completed this course. And actually, she was the one who have pushed us to, conduct this course. And she is always there to support you, any kind of any requirement, anything. Constantly she'll take care of it. And thank you so much, ma'am, for guiding us, and also always being there for us. And without your support, this course would not have been possible, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And we are really hopeful that we will be conducting such courses in future as well. And I'm also speechless when it comes to thanking Forum for Democracy for the relentless effort they have shown and carrying out this course seamlessly. And I would like to especially thank Dr. Suchi from the core of my heart for designing such a comprehensive course, because when I approached Suchi about the course, she told that they don't conduct courses for undergraduate students. So she specifically, and with input from us, she has specially designed this course for our students, and I'm really thankful for her effort and bringing in all the experts from eminent personalities. She tried to bring in professionals, media personalities, lawyers, activists, IAS officer, IPS officer, everyone in a single platform from different field. And students have benefited from this exposure and helped them in their articulation of thoughts. And Suchi ma'am is always there for the students, constantly solving their issues, whether it's technical, whether it's academic, whatever issues the students faced during the entire course. Suchi ma'am handled this course very well, and whenever there is any issues, she is always there. She was like, she'll be she's like there, she'll tell me, okay, don't worry, I'll take care and she took care actually, and we look forward to more of such collaboration in future. This course would not have been possible without the support provided by Dr. Lokesh Kumar Gupta, who is the IQAC coordinator of Mata Sundari College. Thank you so much, sir, for taking care of all the required technicalities. Without your prompt action and decisions, we could not have conducted this course, sir. Thank you so much. And sir is always there and supporting us. He has taken care of everything, whatever technicalities was required during the in framing the course and everything, all the nitty-gritties. He has guided us and he took care of everything. I would also like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my co-coordinator, Neetu Sharma ma'am, for guiding and successfully helping us help in conducting this program and also completing this course successfully. She's always prompt, and whether it's a text message or a call, she's always there to hear you out and solving your issues. And anytime, and she's so prompt that you can call her anytime and she'll leave everything aside and she'll take care of all the issues, whatever have come up during the entire course, starting from the framing of the course to end of this session. So ma'am has taken care of everything. Thank you so much, ma'am, for always hearing me out and taking care of all the issues and taking all the decisions. And me and Neetu ma'am would like to sincerely thank our teacher in charge, Ms. Roslyn Sekho, for believing in us and also trusting this important responsibility of conducting this course. In fact, it was your trust, ma'am, that we could have completed and finalizing this course in such a short span of time. And it was conducted in a short span of 15 days. So the course could not have been completed without your support and also the support of my team who is part of the short-term course, and our friends and colleagues from the department. All the colleagues and friends from the department were actively participating in all the sessions which gave boost to the course as well as also to the student. Last but not the least, I would also like to congratulate our students for making this course a super duper hit. And I also want to congratulate you again and again for whatever energy level, zeal you have shown during the entire course from day one till the end of the course. It was really commendable, and all our resource person loved the way you interacted, and also they were all praised for you, and it is a proud moment for us as faculty of this department, that and also the entire college students. There were students from other departments also, and they showed so much of energy and participation despite their regular classes and other engagements. They participated the entire course, and also not only they participated, the kind of questions they have posted, it was amazing and mind-blowing. I mean, like before we completed the course, they were already equipped and they were already questioning so much, and they had so much of knowledge about, they had so many questions on gender related issues, and I'm thankful and I'm happy that we could conduct this course. And I'm sure this course will help you in shaping your career decisions or whatever, and as in your individual life or in your professional life. And we are really proud of you all. 3 cheers for you. On the closure of this course, I would like to send a message to our beloved student to think, reflect, and act whatever you have learned from this course. Let's be more sensitive to, towards all humans, whether it's female or any kind of gender, and let's unstereotype this world. And this is possible only when each one of us make this effort to change stereotyping. And you have learned a lot during the course of study, and I'm sure all of you will make a mark, and then not only in your career but in your personal life. And also let's try to change the thought and mindset of this society. With this note, I would like to hand over the mic to Dr. Suchi, and thank you so much, Team FFD, for always being there. Over to you, Suchi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Moitri, and it's absolutely the mutual feeling. And definitely students, as I say, they are the star of the event. And on that note, before inviting one of our student representative, I will quickly have the announcement for the award categories, which we had kept for 3 assignments. The first category was the assignment, the person who sends us the assignment first. The second category was most academically sound assignment. And the third was the most creative assignment. So though we have got excellent assignments and we totally appreciate all of them, and it was a very difficult exercise to pull out 3 of them, but our team has tirelessly worked on it and could pull out some of the assignments which were holistic in terms of the categories. But that's totally not an indicator that other assignments were anyway less impactful. And along with that, the participation level of students, especially, I mean, I can name a couple of them, but I don't remember all the names, so better that I don't take names, but students have been really, really participative. Thank you so much. So for the assignments, maybe had it been a physical event, we would have presented the award from our principal ma'am and our guests today, but unfortunately we can only clap for the students. So the first category, that was the assignment which was sent to us first. So we have Miss Reeth Mansharmani from Political Science Honors, who was the first one to send the assignment. So congratulations, Reeth, and can you please come on video and unmute yourself. Congratulations, we should clap for you. And
thank you so much, ma'am. It was an honor for me as well to have attended all your lectures and all the, I mean, from all the resource persons who were coming from all such eminent background. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Reeth, and keep it up. So the second assignment, which we could choose, a very difficult task, academically sound assignment, which has a lot of theoretical framework and so on and so forth, and had a complete amalgamation of both theory and practicing realities, is from Miss Anshika Singh, who's BA Honors History second year. So Anshika, are you there? I don't know if Anshika is there or not. So maybe we can move on to the third category. And for third category, we have a tie between 2 people. So that is a most creative assignment, and it is written beautifully. I may just, if they allow, I can share it with other people. So the first one is Miss Janvi Grover, Department of Political Science, Mata Sundari College. And the second person who has won this category is Miss Latika Kaushik from BA program. So Latika and Janvi, would you want to come online, and would you want to show your face to us and say hello? No? Latika and Janvi. So these are the people who qualified for the categories of nominations. And before we move on, many congratulations to everyone. We are in the process of preparing your certificates, but you know, and it has been reiterated time and again, that it would depend on the submission on the assignments and on the number of classes you have attended. So we will prepare our certificates based on that, and there would be a minimum eligibility criteria that would be communicated to you through your faculties. It will take another week to 10 days time to send out the certificates. So meanwhile, have a great Diwali week, and we'll come back with the certificates soon. On this note, the closing ceremony cannot be complete without hearing the most vital voice, that is the voice of our students, our future. So we would cordially invite the student representatives of Mata Sundari Polymates, the Political Science Society of Mata Sundari College, University of Delhi. But before I invite Ms. Arshpreet Kaur, the student representative, I would request technical team to play a short memorable video that they have compiled for the event. So technical team may please play the video which our students have compiled for the event. Thank you so much, students. That was truly memorable and very, very emotional moment. And please, I would request Ms. Arshpreet to come forward and address the session, address the event.
Good evening, everyone. I mean, this 30 hours gender studies course has come to an end, and this gender studies course not just made us able to understand different aspects of gender which are already well known, but also made us explored other different dimensions which can be associated with gender, like disaster, mobility, travel. Indeed, it was a great and fruitful journey for all of us. On this note, on the behalf of all the participants, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the team of Forum for Democracy. Special thanks to Shuchi ma'am for making this experience fun and interactive enough. Thank you so much for having such eminent resource person from such diverse field. And personally, there were sessions which were like, I don't want them to get end. And there were so many questions from the participants. And Principal ma'am, thank you so much for your constant support and guidance. This won't be possible without you and your blessings. We are so grateful to have such an amazing faculty, Neetu ma'am, Moitri ma'am, Lokesh sir, for giving us this learning opportunity outside our books and curriculum. I am sure that we all have made best out of this learning process and not restricting it just to ourselves, but imparting them to others and making others more informed. I believe that now we are more informed as individuals and more conscious of our rights as citizens. Thank you so much, and looking forward for such more sessions with Forum for Democracy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arshpreet. And that was indeed excellent and mind-blowing, equally emotional at the same time. All good things must come to an end, and sadly though, it's goodbye time, definitely. And it's time to get into our own lives and ensure that gender justice becomes an inseparable part of our lives. And as we celebrate the festival of light with peace and safety, we ensure lifelong commitment to this cause of gender. On this note, I would invite my team member, Ms. Anjali Chahal, to present with a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shuchi ma'am. I, on behalf of Forum for Democracy, would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Madam Harpreet Kaur, patron and principal for Mata Sundari College, University of Delhi, for all the support to make the course of gender studies to be a successful and fruitful event. Without her support and guidance, it wouldn't have been possible. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would also like to thank Ms. Neliswa Nikani, our chief guest, for coming on board and speaking to our students, motivating all of us with an emotional and inspiring approach towards life, gender, and making us understand the power of humility. I would also like to thank our chief guest of honor, Ms. Fatma Zohra ma'am, for gracing the occasion with your presence. It was such a delight to have you, madam, for the closing ceremony. All of us are deeply indebted for your time to speaking to the students. A big thank you to Dr. Lokesh Gupta sir, Internal Quality Assurance Cell Coordinator, and to Ms. Neetu Sharma ma'am, Course Coordinator, Mata Sundari College, for the immense support, enthusiasm to make the event happen. A warm thank you to Dr. Moitri Dey ma'am, Course Coordinator, Mata Sundari College, for coordinating the course so well. In fact, the entire organizing team of Mata Sundari College deserves applause for this initiative. I'm sure it has been a learning experience for all the students as well as faculty members, given the diversity of topics, intellectual interaction, and the sensitivity we all felt for. I would also like to extend my thanks to the entire organizing committee of Forum for Democracy, especially to Ms. Shalini Sahai, Ms. Akriti Das, Ms. Malika Kukreja, Mr. Amit Raj, and others who, with their efforts, made every session a success with the coordination for the students. A big thanks to Dr. Shuchi Bharti ma'am for being the inspiration behind the whole idea of gender studies course, for inviting such interesting and respectful resource persons for the students. And most importantly, dear students, thank you for your participation. The students of Mata Sundari College are really bright, as we could all see throughout the sessions with the questions, queries, comments. We hope the students will take away a lot from this. Thank you, everyone. Have a very happy Diwali. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fatma ma'am. Thank you, Harpreet ma'am. Have a great Diwali.